Right. Okay. We're going to play it that way, are we? Right. What kind of person are you thinking about? Could it be anybody at all?
I think at the very minimum is blue tick official on Twitter.
Okay.
On Facebook, they stole it.
Right. Okay. Are you going to take some suggestions from the audience?
Yes, I will take suggestions from. Is Katia a celebrity?
No.
I think so. Let's shout. Who would people like? Be realistic. We're not going to get. Who?
The Pope.
Pop.
The Pope.
Pop. The Pope. No, he's not on Twitter. Too busy with the boys.
Speaking of, the other suggestion was Donald Trump. What do you reckon your chances of getting old Trumpy on?
No, not much. I've got to have some morals, which I don't have, so I'll not get him. I did try to do a little bit of cheating. I did try and get Obama, not Barack, his brother Malik, who supports Donald, but he wanted $15,000. Wow. I offered him £50, but we couldn't find the middle ground.
Okay. Any more suggestions from the audience?
Yes.
Hang on a minute.
Maybe if I pretend to be a cat. That might work.
All right. Okay.
More. Let's one from each row. Hassan. I work with Hassan, kind of.
Katie Hopkins.
I'd rather cut my dick off. Can you use the C word? No. I'm not going to use this as a soapbox, but she started something very ill in society. But anyway, that's enough of that. Let's start me on that woman. Ooh. Let's go Robert Hassan.
Nadia from Winner last year.
Oh, I thought you meant from Big Brother. Probably more realistic. Triss.
All right, someone realistic, someone that's about to walk on the bill.
That's James Buckley. We'll try James Buckley. You. I love Russell Brand. Yes.
Anybody from Big Brother.
That's fine. Yes.
Me?
No, but
Just quickly shout some behind us, otherwise we'll be here forever.
Okay, that's it. One more. Who?
Philip Schofield.
Yes, Scopes.
All right,
yes.
you've got loads of ideas.
Brilliant.
You've got loads of ideas.
Yeah.
You've got some time.
Brilliant.
Get on with it.
Thank you. Bye.
So he's going to be pottering away, and if he needs to make phone calls, that door is open, Mike. If you need to sneak out, you can sneak out through there and come back in. You'll be able to get in and out, and we'll get updates throughout the evening. Right, time to bring on the first act proper. There'll be little. It's not going to be like completely smooth.
As you might guess.
Changes between acts because there's unplugging of cables and technical stuff and all that, and this is a brilliant venue and the people who run it are absolutely superstars. But you see, we've kind of got a small space, so we're going to be unplugging and plugging bits and pieces in, so your patience is appreciated. But would you please welcome to the stage a gentleman that helped me fulfil a personal dream of mine. I have always, since I've been little, I've always wanted to be number 32 in the dance charts. And that dream was realised for a few short hours. We didn't sell 100,000. We sold 262. And each sampling, yeah. And no, not 262,000, as Nigel thought. Oh, 262,000. Imagine all the websites you could subscribe to with the money. He's brilliant. He's absolutely brilliant, and I think he's a superstar, and he can work magic. He's going to work some magic live in front of you, ladies and gentlemen. Nice big round of applause, please, for Dan the DC DJ! Take that. That go in there? Beautiful. I feel like I'm getting insight into what your bedroom is like. up here then? Crying out loud. Okie dokie. He's going to hack into the Pentagon. Let's play tic-tac-toe. Don't. Neil? That's my new power lead, which I had to buy today, £79. £79 for a power lead.
It's an investment.
Well, it's not. It's been an investment. Well, no, I lost another one somewhere, probably in Costa. I went back to Costa. No, we haven't got a power lead. Okay. Put it in the right way. Here we go. That's it. Not way around. Don't worry. This will work. It's got to find it. Searching all sources. We got something? We're in. Do you need a microphone?
Yeah, in a bit, in a second.
Beavers. We're good. We finish at 10:30.
Okay, we're good.
Ready? Round of applause for Dan!
Okay, so I was planning on having the band perform live here.
We've lost your video, by the way.
Is it good?
No, it's fine.
Is it fine?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
So,
So, I was planning on having the band perform live here, but for starters, the lead singer's gone off in a huff and left the band.
oh, is that me?
And Nigel couldn't afford the cab fare here, which is probably for the best, to be honest, to ensure our safety and life and stuff. So, but I've done a mush-up of everything plus new content. So I'm just gonna do my thing and see how it goes. Ready?
straight men gay, but that's inappropriate.
Your bloody PC. Yes. Take it to Montego, Montego, baby, wanna take it to Montego, Montego. Ooh, I wanna take it to Montego, Montego. Ooh, I wanna take it to Montego, Montego. Ooh, I wanna take it now, Montego. Ooh, I wanna take it now, Montego. Ooh, I wanna take it to Montego, Montego. Ooh, I wanna take it to Montego, Montego. I wanna take it now.
Fucking hell. I don't remember saying most of those words. Where did you get those words from?
Absolute. It's all absolute.
From Absolute?
Most of it's absolute, yeah. And LBC.
Really? Oh, that's cheating, man. That's going to my baby photos to make me look bad. How long does it take you to do that?
Good 6 weeks. I think good 6 weeks.
Where's Jeff? Jeff did the Jeff
there,
over
yeah.
there did the video. If any of you saw the Me versus Radio show, he did most of the animations for that as well. And you can buy, I believe you can buy that DVD. Is that the DVD that's
Yep.
£2? You can get a copy of that to scare you. It's Halloween. Scare the children. You want £2 from me? Is that what you're saying? You used copyrighted images. This bad boy. You calmed Nigel down when he got a little bit upset at the amount of money that he wasn't.
Yeah, so he Facebooked me wanting to kill me because he hadn't been paid. And we haven't had the figures yet at all.
And you wonder why I've left the band. You wonder why. Huh? Oh. like when Ringo took over from Pete Best. We want Pete. I'm afraid the band is over, man. It's music. I want to go into a more serious musical route, not this frivolous dance stuff. What else are you working on? Are you working on anything else?
Yeah, you and Kath.
Oh,
Yeah. No, you've got a whole single you don't know about yet.
Mate, you're an absolute legend. Bless you. Your bits and pieces. We'll sort out what's going on. Catherine, come join me. Oh, okay. We need the iPad for Johnny next. All right, brilliant. That was good, wasn't it?
That was very good.
All the other acts going, oh my god. That was like, oh my god, that was like really good and stuff. He said we were all going to be a bit shit, and that was good. Don't worry. I do Dan something very special, and I think we'll get told off for being a bit noisy, but don't matter. I'll deal with that fact. That's why we put Dan on first, because it was going to be ad, and it's going to be excellent. Other acts, don't panic. Let's just check in with Mike very quickly. Mike, how are you doing?
I've been turned down by someone who's been on the weakest link.
Okay.
Going well.
An actual rejection.
They've got no charge.
There you go. Right, fine.
Deal or no deal contest then?
No, don't you get involved. No, Benny. No, we're not having anyone helping Mike. He set this challenge. He's going to have to deal with it. Dan, have you got your bits and pieces?
I've got everything. Yeah.
Excellent stuff. Round of applause again for Dan and for Jeff. Okay, will you introduce Johnny? I'm going to make sure we've got all the leads that we need for Johnny.
Come on, Johnny. Come on, tell us what you're up to. Big round of applause, please, for Mr. Johnny Melcher. Right, come on, Johnny. Come and tell us what you're Right. So, Johnny, what you got for us?
A bit of stand-up, a bit of poetry, a bit of balloon characters.
Now, there's a combination I didn't think I'd be hearing
That's
today.
why I came out tonight.
It's just the one. I'm not some kind of mad clown that can, or killer clown.
Yeah, we don't have those around here. Or anywhere, it would appear. All right, then, Johnny, are you going to hit us with it?
Yes.
Well done, Johnny.
They say that the best way to reach a man's heart is through his stomach. It's just one of the reasons why the NHS is fucked. It's a sour note, isn't it? Let's line things up with a bit of wisdom. I love quotes. I think the best quotes are a product of a person's life. You know, if you can show your life in a quote, I think it says something about what you've achieved. So this quote's from J.R.R. Tolkien, and it says, "In a hole in the ground there lived a hobbit, not a nasty, dirty, wet hole filled with the ends of worms and an oozy smell. Not yet a dry, bare, sandy hole with nothing in it to sit down on or to eat. It was a hobbit hole, and that meant comfort." I won't read the whole quote, it's about 365 pages. Now, in all seriousness, though, I'd have to say my favourite quote of all time is, "If you can't handle me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best." Has anyone know who said that?
You.
Marilyn Monroe? No, it was Joseph Stalin. And he industrialised Russia, for Christ's sake. Also responsible for the death of about 20 million people, so if that's his best, fuck knows I wouldn't want to handle him at his worst. So yeah, it's nice to come here tonight. I've come from all the way from Dudley, in the West Midlands. I'm thinking, from the West Midlands?
No, just...
Oh. Yeah, we need it. It's a shithole to be fair. I do think Dudley, though, in the West Midlands gets a bad cop, really, because we get compared unfavorably to Birmingham a lot of the time, which is difficult because comparing Birmingham to Dudley is a bit like comparing a member of the Beatles to an old Liverpudlian tramp. And that's the most bizarre experience of the West Midlands, though, is I went to this place called Stourport, went to this fun fair. This really decrepit old
place. It seemed a little bit haunted, but the weirdest part was all these mannequins of kind of plastic dolls of 20th century cartoon characters. And I know things got weird when I was walking past Jessica Rabbit, you heard of her from Who Killed Roger Rabbit, and this man turned to someone who I suspected his wife, and he said, "Oh, how many tokens do you reckon for a shirt?" Hang on. That's not it. It was fairly disgusting, so I'm going to... How many tokens for a skirt down? Which is fairly disgusting, to be fair. Who Killed Roger Rabbit material would smash it. I also do poems. And in keeping with the theme of the West Midlands, I'd like to do a poem which is an ode to the West Midlands. And it's called Nostalgia, and it's about the canals of the West Midlands, so I hope you enjoy. There you go. See the canals of the Black Country, your heritage awaits. The winding, murky, burrowed swamps are glistening like lakes. Dip fast through sheltered caves of green on hardened paths of brown. What's that in the water, floating further away? Oh God, it's a dead bloody clown. Who's done this? Where have his intestines gone? Look, up there. They're hanging from the trees. Oh. Remember those party pops you get on New Year's Eve? Multicoloured like a rainbow, an exploding, tangled sleeve. Well, that's exactly what his intestines look like. Not all happy memories, to be fair. I think I'm in a bit of a weird position at the moment because I've taken a break from university, 9-month break, and you know it is difficult because oh, can I start that again? Yeah. My third gig. Okay, here we go. I'll pretend as if I was really enthusiastic. I'm in a weird position at the moment at university because I've taken a 9-month break off. Now, if we're talking about hiatus from university, I'm not saying I'm the most mental person, but oh shit, I fucked it up again. I'm on a 9-month break from university at the moment.
How long?
And let's just say, of all the people taking hiatus, I'm the most mental. Oh, fucking hell. Can I move on? It's a good joke as well. I need to go back on. I'll post it on Twitter. Yeah, I need to get Twitter first though. So yeah, as I said, I'm on a break, and what happens is when you're not at university, you don't have a job, you don't have to do. Things get a little bit boring. So what happens is ultimately it gets to that point. I've had this where dreams seem to become more exciting than reality. Now I'm not going to be one of those people who approach you and talk to you about their dreams. That get quite boring, can't it? You know, people think their dreams are really good, and then they tell them to you, and a little bit blank face. So I won't do that. I'll put it to a poem instead, just to jazz it up a bit. Make it twice as boring. So, this one is called Mantelpiece. It's based on a dream that I once had. The biting wind clipped my curved heel as the starless night echoed his silhouetted shape, a beggar man, with crusted eyelids and amber teeth opposed. If you could have the cock of anyone, living or dead, on the mantelpiece, who would it be? Hendrix, I replied with haste. Jimmy. Massive, apparently. He seemed shocked by the swiftness of my wit. Before his brain could surmount a response, I continued. And right next to his Woodstock Strat from '69 too, for perspective. Nothing. Not an utterance. He'd asked that question for years, and only now has someone placed the generous silver in his proverbial pot. He was stunned. Stunned like a big cow in the electric prod. So, I inquired, What about you? The big man himself, Jesus H. Christ. My eyes surveyed him up and down, nodding in a way that would say, go on, if they could talk. Go on, I then said. I've always imagined it there, dangling on the cross. Or Hitler, he continued. On the condition I could have a single testicle up there too. Fair enough, I said. Too late. He'd already nodded off, content. I'll do one more poem for you. This is a warning really about the dangers of modern life, and it's called The Robot Wife. She came in parts, broken parts, something in common, I thought. Just as I'd ordered, brunette, check, pale skin, check, voice simulation model 712, yes please. 5'4". Hang on, 5'4"? That wasn't right. You've lied to me, I said to her. She looked back with despondency. I thought you cared. Still nothing. I've risked my whole career for you, and you won't even give me an answer back. And then, as if released from a spell, I was taken aback by what I was saying, what I was doing. I felt mad. Hang on, this isn't right. It was her shins. I'd forgotten to attach them. They were hiding at the bottom of the box. That's better. 5'5.5". I felt normal again. No, better. I felt fantastic. I love you, I said with relief. She decided not to answer. My wife. That is so her. Ruin the balloon bit. If you're wondering if this character... By the way, I should say, I thought we'd try a character tonight, because sometimes, if you're not been doing stand-up for long, it can be quite difficult, as you can tell. And what happens is you sometimes rely on a character, so I thought I'd show you one of my characters tonight, called Balloon Man. If you're wondering if this has any connotations, poor relationship with the father, inability to talk to women, it hasn't. Basically, I just like chasing my dog around, and this was the best way of doing it. Oh, have you ever noticed? You sir. Have you ever noticed that when you go into Pizza Hut, you see those balloons, don't you, hanging around in the Pizza Hut aisle, and you see the kids taking them out, don't you? And then 2 minutes later, they're 50 foot up in the air. What's that all about? I'll tell you what it's about. It's about my Uncle Jerry. It was him in that Pizza Hut. 50 foot up, he was fucked. My mum always used to say to me, son, don't be like Icarus. Don't fly too close to the sun. And I said, yeah, but Mum, you never told me don't go too far near to a Pizza Hut or some grubby child would mess up your family. Work in progress character. There is a bit more to this character, and it involves the iPod. If I could play the music.
Where are we playing? We're playing.
Yeah, we'll play it. Do we all like impressions? Yeah! Shout out an impression. Did I? Say that again? Did I hear Noel Edmonds? The thing is, this would stick to the balloon, but as you can see, that doesn't really work. So this is my impression of Noel Edmonds. Clap your hands. My name is Noel Edmonds, and I won't open it up. It's too fast. My name is Noel Edmonds. It's even heels. Any slow it down. Oh, no, that's too slow. That's mental. Noel Edmonds. I have a box. No, it's too slow. Cures cancer. It's too slow. Let me. Don't know how to speed up an iPod. Here we go. That's even slower. That's mental. What on earth is that? That is not Noel Edmonds. Sounds like a satanic ritual.
Another one.
Well, you probably didn't notice, but tonight didn't go to plan. So I'm just glad I didn't play that backwards, because I imagine Noel would start citing some satanic verse. Anyway, I just wanted to bring a bit of joy into the world, but my poor memory didn't help me tonight. So, thanks very much. Fuck off, Periscope. I hope there are not many watchers.
No one's watching. Johnny March. Sorry, round of applause for Johnny March. Thank you, Johnny. I enjoyed that.
I did. We need a balloon.
When was the last time you saw a grown man wearing a brown dress again like that? I thought that was brilliant. It takes a little guts to come up here and try all that stuff. Johnny, thank you so much, mate. Round of applause for Johnny. If you're thinking, we've got a few slots left, we've got about half the acts left for the Christmas one and none for the February one. If you're thinking you want to have a go, honestly, I keep saying this, the more bizarre the better. We've got loads of people saying, oh, I'd like to come and sing a song and I want to do a song. If everyone just came and did a song, then we'd have 30 acts and it would just, I think, you know, to come and do 8 to 12 minutes of stand-up or characters or dressing up or balloons or bursting balloons or...
What was that thing you came up with on air the other day about someone's holiday slides?
Oh, if someone wants to come and show their holiday slides, genuinely...
We all want to see that.
I would genuinely love that. I've realised I've buggered up the running order, because... Oh, there we go. But I need the screen down for the next act.
Right, well, I've moved my head then.
Excuse me.
Right.
Oh, Jesus. That stay? No. That stay. That will stay. There, stay. Does it stay?
Yeah.
There we go. That worked, didn't it?
And that was the next act.
Someone wants to come and do that. Right, you just talk for a second while I just think to move that.
I'll just talk for a second about... All right, yeah, so...
I need to just plug all the bits and pieces.
Oh, so if you do fancy coming and doing something like this or something completely different, you know who to contact. It's you via your email, right?
Iain at iainlee.com.
Okay. Also, send him filth, he loves it.
Don't send me filth. Right.
Right, so who's up next? We've got
Paul's up next. Now, Paul, am I starting the video as you're walking on?
Videos.
Let's start a round of applause. Paul Vinter.
Nice play. Fancy. 8:30 Tuesday on 7.
Can you hear me?
Yeah!
Hi, my name is Quincy. I'm a little frisky. I like to cut up bodies and have sex. On my yacht you'll find me with a lady laid beside me. Is she dead? I'll check her leg. Hi, my name is Quincy. I'm a little frisky. I eat at the same restaurants every night. Is my girlfriend not getting older? I tell you what, I'll check her shoulder. She's awake. Gonna get her on the boat, gonna shovel the snake. Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. Whoa! Oh, we're started. Thank you very much. Let me move those around and get some dignity back. It's nice to see you all, thank you. My name's Paul, I don't normally do stand-up. Normally I like to tell my jokes on Twitter, because the heckles are shorter. When I told my friends I was doing this, they all said exactly the same thing, which is, oh, Paul, stand-up, that's the most difficult job in the world. But I'll be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, tonight I'm probably going to make it look a lot more difficult than it actually is. Give me a moment. Here we go. That's down there, it's not a fire hazard. So. There we go. Very nice. I shouldn't be doing this now, I should be rich by now. I should be rich by now, because I'm the man who invented Tetris. I invented the computer game Tetris, only to be fired the very next day for not fitting in. I get confused easily as well. You're going to find that out during the set, so bear with me. Like a couple of weeks ago when I was walking down the street at night outside, and I bumped into a quiet, shy girl by the bus stop. And she was wearing black boots, and a big red beret. And even though she was a little rounder than the girls I normally go for, I sort of leant in, put my arms around her and gave her a big kiss, because she had such a beautiful wide mouth. And it was then I realised I wasn't kissing a woman, I was kissing a postbox. I've been in relationships, I'm just out of a relationship. I've been in a relationship with an older woman. Yeah? Older than you're thinking. Older, keep going, older. Really old, older. Older than old, an old lady. It was disgusting, I was young enough to be her mugger. And I knew we were going to sleep together the first night we met. I knew it, all the signs were there when I went back to her place. The romantic music, the subdued lighting, the second seat welded to her Stana stair lift. Well, she had a reputation of being easy, you see. She's not, that's unfair. It's just that once you've lived through rationing, you'll pretty much put anything in your mouth and word gets round. But I tell you, she's taught me some things about sex. She did, really. I mean, I knew you could get flavoured condoms, but Werther's original. And within a week of meeting me, she'd gone from a blue rinse to a Brazilian. It was amazing because it cost a fortune. It did, not the waxing, just that afterwards she felt the cold so much more and her heating bills went through the roof. She wasn't, I'd like to say that it wasn't a problem at the age, but after a while it started to be troublesome. Her mind started to go, she started to behave erratically. Like over the dinner table once, for no reason at all, she just suddenly stood up at mealtime and started busting my chops, which is a very strange way to reheat them. Of course, these relationships never have a happy ending. Ours was no different. One morning I went to take her her cup of tea. Knocked on the door, no reply. I went in and put my hands on the sheets and felt a cold, hard, unyielding body underneath. I pulled back the duvet and, yes, ladies and gentlemen, there she was, having a lesbian affair with the postbox. Maybe some of you know this, I don't know whether you do. Let's have a bit of audience participation, shall we? It's that bit of the night. If you take almost any male actor's name and you add an apostrophe and an S to their first name, it sounds like you're talking about their genitals straight away. For example, Brian Blessed. Brian's Blessed. Start to think of some. I'm going to want some. I've got a list here. I like writing them down every time. What else have we got? Michael Caine. Michael's Caine. Tom's Cruise. That's a good one. I like that. Tom's Cruise. Who said that? Did you? Was that you? Right behind you. Tom's Cruise. Fantastic. Robert Downey Jr. Tom's Hardy. Tom's Hardy's a good one. I like that. Keep thinking. Ooh. Well read here.
Oliver's Reed.
Oliver's Reed. Oh, that's wonderful. Any more?
Russell's Brand.
Russell's Brand. That's a good one. Keep thinking of them. I'll keep dipping out. That's how comedy works, isn't it? I've watched on YouTube. I know this. I know a man who flew all the way to South America to have cheap penis enhancement surgery. Risky. When he got there, he told the doctors that he wanted to be able to make love like a Latin American porn star. Rock star. Not porn star. Don't know where that came from. Latin American rock star. That probably confused the doctor, as it did me. Because after the operation, he awoke to find that his penis was exactly the same, but his balls had been replaced with maracas. Sean's Bean. Sean's Bean. Any more? Benedict's Cumberbatch. That's wonderful. That's what I'm going to write that one down.
BC.
Come back there. We'll write some more down. Thank you. Benedict's Cumberbatch. Wonderful.
Catherine's boiled.
We're going to move on to ladies later. You jumped the gun a little bit, but why not? Catherine's boiled. I still haven't returned the copy of 50 Shades of Grey I took from the library. I like the stern letters that they keep sending me. I don't understand women. I know it might be a surprise, I don't understand women. When I'm walking in the park with my dog, they're all happy to talk to me. Up they run. Oh, who are you? Who are you? But when I'm in the park alone, picking up random animal feces and putting them into a carrier bag, they don't want to know. Let's go old school. Ronald's ray gun. Gregory's peck. Yeah, that's not bad. A few more?
Al's Pacino.
Al's Pacino. I like that one. I haven't got that one written down. Did you hear about the gap year killer? He's going away for a long time. Sean's pen. Sean's pen.
Edward's Woodward.
Edward's Woodward. Edward's Wood did. Thank you, Edward's.
Timothy Spall.
Timothy Spall.
Tim's Spall.
2 L's, yeah? 2 L's. Tim Spall, that's good.
Brian's cat.
You win, sir. I'll give you another card later, just for you. Thank you. That's Brian's cat. Brad's Pitt. Okay, yeah, that's a good one. 2012, I preferred life before the Olympics. Before the Olympics came to town, because none of us knew how unhealthy we were, did we? Now, we all know what we're like. We know how bad things are. And we've learned so much about different sports. Cycling. We've learned about cycling, haven't we? We didn't know anything about cycling before 2012. The Omnium. That's an event, isn't it? We know it's an event. The Omnium. It's a weird word. Can you say it with me? The Omnium. Once more. The Omnium. Once more. It's a weird one. The Omnium. Yeah. Before the Olympics, Omnium was the sound English people made when they ate. Omnium, omnium, omnium. Times were hard when I was growing up in the 80s. Yeah, we had no money. I had to make do with a Rubik's Cube that was all one colour. I didn't let poverty hold me back. I got damn good at that Rubik's Cube. It doesn't tend to work with female celebrities so well, I've found. There are a few, we can find some. Except, of course, for Lindsay's Lohan. Perfect. And perhaps Kate Winslet.
Goldie's Horn.
Goldie's Horn. Beautiful. I love that one. Goldie's Horn, what was that?
Eartha's Kit.
Eartha's Kit. Is that the same person that yelled out Brian Cant? No, okay.
Margaret Thatcher.
Margaret Thatcher.
Rivers Phoenix.
Rivers Phoenix. Okay, we're going back to the fourth. Okay, I've got great stat next time.
Mary Berry.
Well, what was that?
Mary Berry.
Mary's Berry. Mary's Berry. That's quite sweet, isn't it? Mary's Berry. I'll write that one down. I'm nearly finished. Let's do some hard-hitting religious material, shall we? Really, with the edge of things. Angel Delight. Despite its name, not the most Christian of desserts. For a start, where are the angels going to get all the milk? Because the Hindus have got all the cows. Plus, they've got the gods with all the arms, which is perfect for whiskey. I'm going to go now. You've been really good, thank you. Been really honest. I'll leave you with a little bit of advice to the gentleman. If you're talking to a woman in a nightclub or a bar, and you're speaking close to her, and her eyes start to dilate when you're talking to her, it means that she's attracted to you. Either that, or you mixed up the Optrex with the mouthwash again. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Those of you who remember the Prince's song from the LBC days, he wrote that. He'd be that old. Mike's just given us a little update. You've got a possible. Don't give any names. But no, it's a proper celebrity. It's someone we've heard of. Someone you will have all heard of and will all like.
And I've got a bit of a shit backup as well.
You got a shit backup. Oh God! Don't tell us who the shit backup is. When they come on, let's pretend it's the big one. But the other person who's up for it, but they're in the car.
Yeah, you think being a proper celeb would have a Bluetooth connection, seemingly not, and that means to tweet you when you're driving.
Yeah, that's bang or nick 'em. We've got 2 more acts in this half. Then we're going to have a break, and then we're going to come back, and we've got some people on Skype and some films and bits. And you enjoyed yourself so far? Yeah. It's a nice mix. We go onwards, we go upwards. Ladies and gentlemen, please, a round of applause for Dana Lucas.
This is terrifying. I'm absolutely freaking it. I really am. I have got cue cards if needed. But first, I thought, I should say hip, hip, hip. I can't believe no one said that. First, you just want to get a selfie. Just get one. Let's see. Everyone smile. And we'll deal with the flash. That one, just ready. Hold on. Here we go. Ready, flash? Smile. There we go. That's pretty right. No, yeah, I am really terrified. Earlier today, I had lovely nails. I had nothing. I'd bitten them down to the quick, literally. There's nothing left of these nails. Everything that's gone out, everything that I did have in my head has completely gone out of my head. Whoops. I don't know North London at all. I'm from the south. I'm from a dodgy place called Croydon. Anyone from Croydon?
No.
Yeah.
We're not from Croydon.
Where? Yeah. Whenever I go to Croydon, I don't go there very often. I always, try and keep myself to myself. I recently spent a lot of time in Africa. I scuba dive. I teach scuba diving when I'm not in Croydon, obviously. But people say, where are you from? And I explain, and I always say that we go south of London, you see the sign that says, welcome to Croydon, turn back. Go around, go to Bromley, go to Sutton. Just keep away from Croydon. So yeah, I'm from Croydon, just don't know North London well. To me, North London seems like it's paved with gold, celebrities everywhere. Obviously, look, we've got celebrities all around. I've met Katia. That was a dream. I haven't actually spoken to Triss yet, but he's there. So North London is full of celebrities. Croydon, dog shit. And I was going to think about an old Danny Baker topic. You don't see a lot of white dog shit anymore, but that's a different story. But no, so I don't know North London well, but last year I was roaming around Hampstead Heath. It's not as dodgy as it sounds. I was desperate for the loo, and me and a friend, we were looking on the GPS, and we could see Kenwood House was up near there. So we're going around, and we're following, signs, but getting lost. Now, anyone who doesn't know Hampstead Heath, there's not really any signs, they don't write them. So we went into the trees, and suddenly, completely lost, there was a man in a pink shirt, hat, and 2 dogs. It was a vision. It was a dream come true. That was Terry Jones. Terry Jones was coming out of the trees, and and especially because of what recently, it makes it even more important. But that was Terry Jones. I told him I was a fan. He directed us to Kenwood House. I wanted to get a picture. I so regret I didn't. So I don't know North London. Just coming up here was a bit nerve-wracking. Like I said, I know South London, I know really well. West London, a little bit. I'm currently in Dagenham. That's where I'm staying. So I'm sort of east, but North London's not somewhere I know. So I want to explore. So coming up to somewhere like Angel, Islington, to me it just brings up all these images of comedians and pop stars, and you sort of wonder who's behind all these different doors and that. So I don't know. What was I going to say? I'm trying to think now. Maybe I should look at this. Maybe I should look at things and see. Oh yes, no, that's right, celebrities. So who has seen a celebrity at a supermarket? Anyone?
Yes.
Yes.
I saw Dev from Coronation Street.
Yes.
Nick Cribbins.
Where?
In Addleston. He does his recycling.
Well, a few weeks ago, I was at Lakeside. That was it. The name forgot me completely. And we were walking around, and then suddenly I look, and my friend nudges me as well, and we look. We both sort of, having a quick think. We know this man, but couldn't think where from. And then it dawned on us: 80s pop star. Who do you think? An 80s icon, a sex god.
Boy George.
No, no. We're talking higher. We're talking a real 80s god. No, bigger. Better, more famous. Who do you think?
Simon Le Bon.
No. Do you want to say?
Yes.
No, I wish. DVD, David Van Day. There, David Van Day. Doing his shopping, and because I think he runs a burger van, he does like a burger van thing now. I don't know if him and Angelos are doing things together. I don't know. But there he was, and he was stuffing meat and that into his trolley, and we did the slight fangirl thing. We followed him around. We couldn't help it. There was David Van Day, dollar, and you're far too young, aren't you, to remember that? But so we're walking around watching him. And it was just something, there it was. We actually got in the same queue, so we saw him paying and that. But afterwards, we actually did see him going through his receipt and then storming over to customer services because there was obviously a problem, buying all the cheap meat. There was, but that was David Van Day. So anyway, we finished, got our shopping, thought I'd fill up at the petrol station. Well, I'm filling up as you do, so a bit of a movement here, sorry, I'm doing this, And then as you look around, I noticed there's a car. I have no idea what cars, I just know it's wheels and you do that. There could be magic unicorns underneath the bonnet. I just know a car does that. Well, I noticed it's Van Day. Again, he is filling up at the pump next door. But only I'm seeing this and I'm thinking, this is just pure magic. So I start knocking discreetly on the window to try and get my friend to look. So I'm filling up and knocking while looking like this. Meanwhile, Van Day is just, doing that. My friend, who's sitting in the passenger seat, is looking round as if to see what the hell is she talking about? Because Van Day's quite short. So from the angle my friend was at, she saw nothing. All she could see was a car. So she's looking like this. So in the end, I'm banging on the window going, Van Day! Van Day! So she thought that, yeah. So we've been back many times. We haven't seen him yet. We haven't seen him again. So there is a mecca there. If you want to see David Van Day, maybe Dollar ought to do a comeback. I don't know. But so I have seen a rock god in a supermarket. I tell you, I really posh people, North London. Again, I think of North London as posh.
Hello.
Yeah, posh. From the south, we're let's face it, Croydon's barely got, there's barely electricity. They're still using leaves as money. Once Hinkley Point C goes online, I think Croydon might be getting electric, But no, North London's posh. And recently my sister had a wedding, Her second one, or maybe I shouldn't say that, second one, it's Periscope. I think the first one we won't talk about, no. That was a long story, thank you. But beautiful place. It was very posh. You walked in the room, again with my friend. I should just point out, my friend is my friend. It's nothing like that. We are just friends, honestly. And we walk in, and there, in the room, you've got the bed, got a slight partition. There's the loo, the shower, and a huge roll neck bathtub. The wall doesn't go all the way up to the ceiling. This is obviously how posh people live. You know, they don't care. They can fart away, they can shit. They obviously, you know, they don't care about smells. But it was really off-putting. The first thing you do, you walk in the room, bed, shower. Well, I found it off-putting, you know. Thank God we were good friends, and that way you could put music on and just hum and make sure that one of us wasn't looking. Because the night after the wedding, obviously we were slumming it in the travel lodge, and at least they got blooming doors that closed properly. The only problem was the extractor fan wasn't working, so of course you do really need to know your friends well, because at least they know if there's a problem. So posh people, North London, to me it's posh. You know, so what else was I going to say? I haven't done my 8 minutes, no, my 10 minutes, no. Let's see. Oh, pensioners' breakfasts. No, pensioners' fish and chips. Now, I'm actually unemployed at the moment. You can probably tell that. And I'm looking for a job. But I've been doing extra work in TV and film. I'm really enjoying it. I've done a couple of films, done a little bit of TV. I got an audition on Tuesday, which I really like. Yeah, you know, and I think if I get it, I get an IMDb credit. I'm desperately trying to learn the script, but that's another story. My brain's just gone blank. What was I going to say? Fish and chips, yes. So I did a shoot a couple of weeks ago up in North London. Again, here in North London. And they didn't need us on set for a while, so there was a lovely lady who, again, is a supporting artist. But we're known as volunteer supporting artists, because of course we're not working, we're not getting paid. You know, when I sign on tomorrow morning, then they say, oh, have you done any paid work, or have you done any work? I don't know, of course not. And hopefully they're not watching this, because I will get into trouble at 9:40 when I'm signing on tomorrow morning. But that's another story. So yeah, so we went in, and we weren't needed, and she mentioned there was this wonderful fish and chip shop. Went down. Now, she was a slightly older lady. You know, I'm old, admittedly, but she was older than me, and she saw the price of the pensioners' fish and chips, and thought, and so I said to her, well, yeah, I'll have one as well. So she said to me, but you're not a pensioner. I said, it doesn't matter. But no, who's going to argue? Who's going to argue about pensioners' fish and chips? So she put the order in. The lady behind the counter actually did shout across, but you're not a pensioner. And I just looked at her and went, I'm good for my age, you know, not too bad. You know, I tell you, these hormones I'm taking have obviously had a good effect. So I had my pensioners' fish and chips, but all the way through I was panicking. Because I remember the days when you would be trying to get into a club, or you try and buy alcohol and you're desperately thinking, you know, you try to work out when you're born so that if anyone was asking you, you're the right age. I'm sitting there while eating my fish and chips, or trying to remember what we're going to do in the scene coming up in, you know, half an hour. Desperately thinking, what year would I have been born? So that if I was going to get questioned, well, what year were you born? I would know. And you know what? I can't remember what I thought now. But I desperately was panicking. I honestly was worried that I was going to get thrown out of the chip shop in Queen's Park because I'm not a pensioner. So pensioners' fish and chips do rock, I have to say. If you do get them, they're really good. And I do have a terrible addiction. I have to admit, it's probably not a good thing to admit this. It can be a few times a week now. Like I said, when I was in Mozambique recently, that was great because there isn't any of this. So, well, there's plenty of drugs, but that didn't matter. But there wasn't any of what I have a problem with. And that is, I do love a Starbucks. Yeah, and there isn't any, obviously. And in fact, South Africa there isn't. Well, I think they're starting to come in. So when I would do my visa runs, I would find Mug and Bean, which is the nearest you got, and I would just sit there all day. But no, I do have a problem. I love a Starbucks. I can't help it. I see one, I have to go in. And you try and explain to people that they're everywhere. But I just had this thought. My dad died a long time ago. He'd be horrified. He would be horrified, but I am me, or who I am, and who I've turned out to be. I think you'd be horrified the fact that I'm spending decent money, £4 for a blooming cup of coffee. He wouldn't be worried that he's got an extra daughter. I think he'd be horrified by the fact that I go and spend good money on a blooming cup of coffee with cream. Because they always say, do you want cream? And I go, well, yeah, of course I do. I want the full drink, I feel robbed if I didn't get the coffee. And so I have got a major problem. I'm trying to wean myself off them because, yes, I'm unemployed, so I can't afford it. I don't know if there's some sort of unemployment. I know they do student things. Maybe there's an unemployment discount. So yeah, I'm trying to wean myself off them. And maybe when I get back to Mozambique next year, that's probably the way I'll do my cold turkey. I don't think there's any. I'm sure there's more. Is that okay?
We love you.
That's right.
Go on. That's brilliant.
We all know about your sister's first marriage, but we can't because
Sorry, just being introduced now.
Mike has he's succeeded. Yeah, come and jump on.
He's not on now, so we're going to hook you up to the mic.
Put him on speakerphone. Go and speak. You're through. It's genuinely a thrill. What a thrill!
Oh yeah. So I'm sure as you're aware, so I think the speaker before explained it. Could you just say who you are for me? Would that be all right?
Tony Robinson.
It's Tony Robinson.
Sorry, could you just say that again?
My name is Tony Robinson.
Thank you ever so much for doing this. Just to give you a tiny little background information, I set off about 45 minutes ago to try and get a celebrity to interview. I thought I'd get someone off Big Brother, not a British legend, everyone. Goodness, where are you again, sorry?
Sorry, I've never done Big Brother.
At least if your career goes south, you've always got Celebrity Big Brother or The Jungle.
I've already thought about it.
So, yeah, I've never interviewed anyone before, so I've kind of gone to the absolute very top. For me personally, I'm 33, so I first got to know you best of all from Maid Marian and her... Does that feature much in your book, that?
Yeah. It's funny you should say that, because I do have an autobiography.
Is that the only reason you're talking to a random man on the phone? Are we not best friends? I can't believe this is happening. You're doing good work. So, your book's out now?
Yeah.
What's it called?
And it's called No Cunning Plan.
I actually listened to you on, I think it was Six Music, and your dad sounds like an interesting man.
He was lovely, my old man. He, in the Second World War, he wanted to be a fighter pilot, but he was too small and he had bad ears. And he became a boogie pianist in a Canadian jazz band. Wow. And they liked him so much that he was like fronting the band. He was like the boogie version of James Brown. He was just great.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Besides Baldrick's poem.
Sorry, no. We're here for the book. I don't know what I mean. I'm going to bring in Iain, because he's a proper broadcaster.
Hello, Tony. It's Iain Lee here. Thank you so much for doing this. Someone just shouted out Baldrick. Do you get tired with kind of being identified so much with Baldrick, or do you kind of enjoy it?
No, I sort of enjoy it, really. I mean, he transformed my life, that little bloke, and I think I would be really churlish not to be pleased. Even, occasionally some idiot will yell out, recite the poem.
Story, go on, the book's out. What else are you up to at the moment, Tony? You got any more TV stuff happening?
Yeah, well, I've got a series which is called Tony Robinson's Ancient Tracks, and every wise guy on Twitter said, is it about Keith Richards? And it's about all those streets and roads that they used to walk in Neolithic times and in the Bronze Age, and the pilgrims used to walk. And it was supposed to go out, one episode was supposed to go out last night, but Channel 4 showed the warm-up for the Formula 1 races.
Oh, bloody hell!
Show business is a tough life.
Do you miss, Tony, because you were in were you part of the Who Dares Wins comedy?
I was.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
I'm old enough to remember that. Do you miss doing the comedy acting, the comic acting and stuff?
Well, I did Man Down with Greg Davis last night.
Oh, yeah.
Had a really good time with that. In fact, I saw him a couple of days ago. I'm kind of hoping there might be another series of that. Fingers crossed, anyway.
And Who Dares, fine, we'll let you go on because I know you've pulled over in your car. Bless you so much, Tony. Who Dares Wins, it was just a little bit young for that. My sister used to watch it, and I used to love it because it felt really naughty and really subversive. That must have been a lot of fun to do that.
Oh, it was wonderful, yeah. It had Rory McGrath in, who everyone will know, I'm sure. And Phil Pope, who, amongst other things, wrote the Chicken Song.
Oh, right.
2.4 children. And Jimmy Mulville, who went on to be a huge millionaire running Hat-Trick. So it was and Andy Hamilton and Guy Jenkin, who have written most of the successful sitcoms over the last 20 years, but were two of the writers. It was a fantastic team of people.
Tony, give us the title of the book again so we can all go out and buy it for Christmas.
Okay, the book is called No Cunning Plan. And it's really good.
Thank you ever so much for that. I've been telling this story for years, literally. That's brilliant.
A round of applause for Tony Robinson! We got one more act before the break, and we're kind of overrunning, so we're going to get straight into it. But that was amazing. We will all ponder that during the break. But the last act before the break, Tony Robinson, bloody hell! A round of applause, please, for Dredge Land! The clapping has stopped!
Hello, human people. Hello.
It's a very small stage.
I was going to introduce. I mean, you.
Yeah, you introduce. I'll stand. You introduce.
You. I mean, you.
I'll stand. Yeah.
You. We've rehearsed this for weeks, mate. I mean, this is.
Sorry, I need some space.
Sorry.
Can we give John a bit of girth, please?
This is good. This is useful.
Have you done your stretches?
Yeah, I'm now about 8 foot tall.
Can you do the star, please?
Star, right? Yeah, is that right?
No.
No. Okay. Don't do that at home. Don't do it here. Don't do it anywhere, for God's sake.
Again, I'm going to
introduce the act. Yeah. Sorry, just warm me up. In your own time.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah, that'll do.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Off
Stretches.
Off you go.
Complete.
Yeah.
Off you go. Ladies and gentlemen. You alright? Good.
Get on with it.
All right.
Oh dear. Shall we have a quick round of guess the number before we start?
Warm them up.
Yeah.
Right. Quick round of guess the number.
4.
No, not it's for them.
4.
No, again, it's for them.
4.
Hold on.
That's what I thought.
Should we have
It's wrong.
a quick round of guess the number?
Okay, yeah, go on then. Quick round of guess the number.
4.
That was quite quick, wasn't it?
Oh, for them. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, quick round of guess the number.
What do you think?
Oh! a little napkin here signed by Bernard Cribbins, actually. Shane Croydon didn't get involved. It says, well done, and it's got Bernard's X. Okay.
Yes. Okay, let's go.
Again,
Good night. Yes.
I can start now, right?
Yeah, off you go.
Thanks very much.
Right.
Again, this is rehearsed.
Hold on, this stage isn't too big, is it? They're not going to be able to see me at the back.
They can't see it at the front, mate.
What about the middle?
We don't talk about the middle.
Don't mention the middle.
Never, you guys. Oh, I can't sign up early, but I want to sign up late. No one likes the fucking middle.
They're neither one thing nor t'other.
I'm looking at that one.
Okay. Right.
And that one.
Have you got my music ready? Because I can't.
Well, no, because I mean, the boss is mad.
Oh.
Hold on one sec.
Here we go. Right. I'm going to be doing attempting a world record for pushing a wheelbarrow across the stage more times than anyone else has ever done.
Ever. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, again, I really should.
You really should.
Intro. I mean, Quincy's brilliant. I really should intro. I won't perform anymore without that in the background. If anything, thank you very much. Next one. Have we got Columbo? Can I have Columbo, please? Any other detectives? Ironside? No. Ladies and gentlemen, what you are about to see this evening is a truly extraordinary act. Yes. He's just arrived from the London Palladium, where he had the wrong venue.
That was your fault.
That is not my fault.
Whose fault was it?
It was your
Government's? Bit of satire.
Got to keep them all happy.
It failed.
Three the wrong foot for.
What now?
Later.
Get Tony Robinson back.
Yeah. It's all gone.
Okay, I've warmed up now.
You won!
I've warmed
Yeah,
up.
you won! Okay.
It's warm.
He's done, in preparation, he's done 27 laps of the Morrison's car park in 27 days.
Eat your heart out, it is hard.
Don't actually.
Not literally, that would be repulsive.
It'd be awful. Awful.
Go.
Okay. Are we ready, John?
Yeah, get your music on.
Let's pop these out of the way.
Ready?
Well, John.
Thanks, thank you.
You're welcome.
This is...
Professionals at work!
Yeah.
Part time!
Okay. You're wondering what was in the wheelbarrow, it's the script. Ready?
You ready?
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Let's go.
Not yet.
Where's the music?
Now!
Go.
Yes!
I can't hear the music, I can't hear the music.
Come on, John! Come on, John!
That helps.
Come on, John!
Give us what we want! Put your speed up there. This is the act you've all been waiting for some reason.
You can do it, John. Keep going.
He's putting me off.
Hold on, what? Hold on.
He's putting me off.
Who?
This guy, he's not...
Hold on! No.
He's not taking it seriously. Who? He's not taking it seriously.
You were a bad man! You were a very bad man! What?
No, it's that guy. It's that one.
Oh, sorry, mate.
Yeah.
You were a bad man!
Yeah.
You were a bad man! Do not put off the talent!
That's the main word you have to remember. Not you, sorry, it's you, yeah. And go. Rest.
You're right.
Fine.
Onwards!
That did put me off. That did put me off for a minute. This isn't as easy as it looks. chosen out of literally hundreds of acts. Imagine what the others were like. Anything else happening at this point?
Time.
Thank God for that. Thank you. You've been a very supportive audience so far. Is this a banana?
Yeah.
I don't like banana. Have you got any cake?
What kind of cake?
That was a niche joke.
Hold this, John. I'll take that. Hold on, one moment.
Yeah,
One moment.
okay, you've got something
got
else.
something else.
This is an expensive act.
Do you like quiche?
Not really. Okay, no, that's...
Do you like noodles?
Pot noodles?
Yep, pot noodles are available from Tesco.
Yeah.
That's Carasco.
Is that Adidas you're wearing, Andy?
That's right, John. I am wearing a disproportionate amount of Adidas clothing. May I say, that bandana, is that from Sports Direct?
SportsDirect.com.
Time!
Gentlemen, next bit on the...
Get off!
Yeah.
You.
We're doing quite well so far. You wouldn't have thought it.
Carry on.
This is the slightly more restful part of the music.
Go
on, John.
Come on, John.
Come on, John.
Don't let the buggers grind you down, John. Come on, John.
Commit. Commit, man.
I can't do this anymore. I can't do this. Yeah, sorry. Edit that bit out. I know what this bit is. Oh my God!
Oh no!
What's happened?
It's okay. It's okay.
Don't worry. He's had pit stop training. It's done.
Teamwork.
We have rehearsed this. Is that it?
Right?
What's happening now?
Hold on. It stopped.
Okay. It's the music stopped.
It's still, like I said, it stopped.
Okay, what are we going to do? Well, I can't continue. I can't go on without that.
Oh! That's right. Backwards.
Yes, I'm right.
You should have done
Yes,
yourself.
yes, fine. Yes, yes, oh, that's it. Yeah. Oh, it's not right. I feel like I'm nearly there, listen. Right, this is the bit where I say, I can't do it anymore. I can't do it. Can I? No.
You can do this.
No.
Just do it. You can do it.
Now?
It's going to be fine, John.
Right. Yeah.
Repeat after me.
After me.
I was so good we should do it again. Repeat after me.
After me. Didn't work the second time.
Bit less good.
And rest. Yeah. So you say something. This is fucking knackering. Yeah.
And sing. You can do this.
Yeah. I can do this.
Repeat after me. I can do this.
You can do
No,
this.
no, not me. I can. You.
I can do this.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
He can do it.
He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He
Ladies and gentlemen, a new world record for pushing a wheelbarrow on a very small stage in a room, Mr. John Dredge!
I've boo-booed there because, of course, you all came to see the man pushing the wheelbarrow across the stage. No one will be here for the second half. Round of applause for Dredge. Let's have a round of applause for all the action story in the first half. We had Dan the DCDJ. We had Johnny Melcher. We had Paul Vinter. We had David Lucas. We had Dredge Land. And thanks to the magic of Mr. Michael Marshall, we had Tony Robinson here. Go and have a break, go and get a beer, go and have a bag outside, we'll be back in like 20 minutes. See you in a bit. Cheers.
You've heard him on the radio. You've seen him on television. You've heard him on the podcast. Live in London, Iain Lee. You heard him on Free County. You heard him on his number one lady, Miss Kath.
Let's get the theme of the show going again.
If you're glad to be gay, sing if you're happy that way. Hey, sing if you're glad to be gay. Sing if you're happy that way. Hey!
There's Alan Caddick, ladies and gentlemen. Gay rights activists.
And karaoke superstar.
Oh, God. He always phones up 5 minutes before the show starts. And we will have just heard him 10 minutes before on Johnny and Ash. Yes, he said, yeah. He was really asleep. He was genuinely asleep for an hour and a half.
And on air for the entire time.
Are they calling him?
That's not what we called him.
How many people here have called in to the show?
Never.
Is that all? Look at the rest of you slackers. Absolute slackers. Has anyone brought an iPod with them? Well, hang on a second. Honey is here. Honey is the young lady who spoke to Mike Love of the Beach Boys. I suspect our iPods are actually quite sick. She's waving a gun, Jesus! It's all right. It's Halloween. We're allowed to carry guns in Halloween. Does anybody feel like? Well, I think we've got so many acts, but fuck it. When I drove in tonight, Catherine, my iPod, I had it on shuffle. Sweet.
Okay.
We went from the Beatles to James Taylor to mix it up with a bit of Kiss. And then we had the Mamas and the Papas. Everyone was just like, boom, if this was iPod roulette, I would be destroying you suckers.
No S Club?
No S Club 7. I told you my S Club 7 story. Have I? I don't know if I've got an S Club 7 story.
Maybe the one story I've never heard.
No, this is what happens when you work with a twat.
I often say.
Yay! We might have a game of iPod roulette later on, but the thing I thought we'd run short this evening. We're running long this evening.
Which is always better.
Which is always better. This is what I use to create. Fanny one.
Press fanny one. Because there's more than one fanny.
George, you're a fanny.
Can we have Are You Mad?
Are you mad? Are you mad?
Jonathan sadly is not here. He is busy at home composing poisonous, racist, anti-Semitic tweets, mocking the recently deceased. He actually is. We might have a game of iPod later on, but we've got loads of stuff to try and cram into this the second half. By the way, if at any point you want to go out and buy drinks and stuff, you can. You just, obviously sneak out kind of quietly and stuff, but you're allowed to go out and buy drinks. Obviously, no! No, you got loads. Hey, you can. Oh God, yeah. How would this gentleman get out?
Well, whisper to me and I'll nip out and get for you.
I just pacified her on the wall. Right. Okay. We got loads of action. Let's crack on. We need. Okay. Do you want to introduce Hassan?
Hassan.
Yeah. Let it go. Let it go. Dusty. Very dusty.
I have a 15-year-old mind and I find certain things funny, like cocks on the wall. Hey! Cocks on the wall. I can't help myself. I can't turn off the gene. Is it a chromosome? I don't know what it means to laugh out loud to a cock on the wall. I've seen cocks in Japan and Cambodia. I've seen cocks in Peru. I've seen cocks through the ages. Yes, it's true. There's some cock for you, and you. Cocks on the wall. Why does the government want to take us down? Leave the cocks on the ground and the cocks. The cock's on the wall. I like the idea that a government official has searched my email and Facebook profile, and somewhere on a top secure government server is a file called Cocks on the Wall. Cocks on the Wall. So that's a little bit about me. How's it going, fella? What's your name?
Larry.
Hi, Larry, and what do you like listening to in your spare time? Spoken word poetry? Absolutely. That's what's coming up next. So I decided to write poetry for children, because my niece turned 18 months. Carlos wandered through the sewers, up to his knees in shit and piss. In the dark underground caverns he shouted, "Barry! Barry!" Fucking pet badger. He never did what he was told. Barry the badger. Fuck him, Carlos exclaimed, and went back home. So that one's about pets. This one's about pests. I took a stroll, I saw a mole. It went back in its hole. What's it doing in my fucking kitchen? That one's called Mole. The vet stabbed my dog with a needle. She glared at me. I should never have slept with her. Didn't realise I could pass on an STD to a dog. So that's when my brother threw me out of the house. This is Johnny. Johnny's been at Asda for 40 years. He started when he was 38. He's seen many changes. Managers come and go. Johnny still worked hard. He wasn't even an employee. He's just been stealing gear from Asda for 40 years. This is Johnny. Johnny the shoplifter. Everyone loved Johnny. Even the local Bobby would turn a blind eye to the fact that Johnny had stolen 14 hams, 7 up his shirt, 7 down his trousers. This was Johnny. Johnny 14 hams. His mum was very proud. The mayor even gave Johnny the key to the town and a blue plaque on his house, even though he wasn't even dead yet. This was Johnny Blue Plaque, not dead yet. But as the years passed by, Johnny couldn't carry gear anymore. He'd been walking down the street, tripped and smashed his skull on the ground. There was blood everywhere. This is Johnny, not many pints of blood left. As he lay there reflecting on his life, he was happy. People loved him, and he lived pretty much for free, thanks to Asda. This was Johnny. So this is another love of mine, and it's about snacks. I need to quite rewind it back. So this is a love of mine. This one's about snacks. I've been eating snacks like they won't finish. For this reason, my waistline won't diminish. Man, I love snacks, they're the shit. Invite me around to yours, Pringles and dip. I'm dipping and eating crazy. When I'm full, I shuffle forward on the sofa like a pregnant lady. Like a pregnant lady. I love snacks! I love snacks! What the fuck do you think about that? I love snacks! I love snacks! Pass me the motherfucking donut! I love snacks! I love snacks! What the fuck do you think about that? I love snacks! I love snacks! I don't give a fuck! Even though I can't fit into last year's suit, I still eat a little bit. Give me nuts, crisps and take out too. I'll boil a pot noodle and put that on the pizza too. My sides are bursting, I need a bandage. Grab another pizza, put it on top. Call it a pizza pot noodle sandwich. I love snacks! I love snacks! What the fuck do you think about that? I love snacks! I love snacks! Pass me the motherfucking donuts! I love snacks! I love snacks! What the fuck do you think about that? I love snacks! I love snacks! I don't give a fuck! So I went back to my brothers to try poetry again. I met a monkey. His name was Craig. We walked in the park. We went on the slides. We laughed. We climbed trees. It was over when he threw shit at my friends. I met a parrot. His name was Carlos. We fluffed our feathers. We flew about. We perched on a tree. It was over when he shat on my friends. I met a bear. His name was Keith. We roared, we wrestled, we caught fish, we climbed trees. Oh, for fuck's sake, Keith! So, growing up, I didn't realise life would be so hard. You get yourself a place, and you realise you have to do chores. That's wrong, mate. I wasn't born to do chores. Washing dishes. Let me tell you straight, I throw them in the bin. I buy paper plates, vacuum cleaning. I'm not having it. I got a one-bed flat decked out in walnut laminate. I walk around the house with big, big socks, 'cause I ain't gonna muck about with no bucket and mop. No one told me my life was gonna be so hard. Every day cleaning, my schedule's all marred. Dusting, I got fed up with that, all the rooms and halls. So I've gone and covered everything with massive sheets, from shelves to walls. When I'm thinking flash, I ain't thinking cleaning. I'm watching the DC series, if you get my meaning. Do I put the bins out? What do you think? I throw it out the window. with the kitchen sink. This bullshit's gotta stop. Life, I think I'm done. I'm gonna pack my bags, move back home with my mum. Went to Cineworld, Fast and Furious 8. Went to the screen, sat down with my date. A trailer, Channing Tatum, girlfriend squeeze. I couldn't give a fuck. I had nachos and cheese. 20 minutes in, it's still Channing Tatum. His gorgeous eyes, gorgeous face, I hate him. 30 minutes in, it's like they're playing the whole film. I think they're playing the whole film. I'm in the wrong room, I'm in the wrong room. The wrong room, I'm in the wrong room. I'm in the wrong room, I'm in the wrong room. I'm in the wrong room, I'm in the wrong room. I'm in the wrong room, I'm in the wrong room. I'm in the wrong room, I'm in the wrong room. I need a leak, I'll go to the toilet. But what's this grey box by the toilet? Isn't that meant for sanitary towels? I'm in the men's room. I'm not in the men's room. I'm in the wrong room. I'm in the wrong room. I'm in the wrong room. So I took my girl back to her mum's. I go to my girl's room and have some fun. I go downstairs and grab a Coke. Energy. For more, I hope. I go back up, it's dark inside. She climbs on top and starts to ride. Moonlight shines on my girlfriend's face. That's not my girlfriend's usual face. It's my girlfriend's mum. I'm in the wrong room. I'm in the wrong room. So I took my girl on a holiday up to Liverpool, where the Beatles played. Drove up the M1. Took a right, but then things didn't seem quite right. Stopped a passerby, feeling like a fool. Asked him whether I was in Liverpool. Confused by the answer, he said,
"This isn't Liverpool, this is Newcastle too."
I'm in the wrong tune. I'm in the wrong tune. So, that one's not yet on iTunes. Mainly because if someone can work out a title, that'd be great, and tell me about it, that's great. Thanks very much.
There'd be so much talent on the other side of the microphone. I've got to do the screen again now because I've completely bugged up the order. I thought I put all the screen ones together and I realised I haven't. Hassan, can I just thank you very much. We're going to get Eben on now. Do you want to tell us about Eben?
Right, Eben is a pretty new caller, isn't he? A lot of people followed you around to various jobs that you've won and lost. Eben is pretty new, and he is in Wales. And we're going to speak to him via the magic of Skype. And it is magic, it's like something out of Back to the Future 2. So we're going to talk to him in his bedroom. Not like that. Not like that. And he's made a short film.
Hang on a minute. Let's see if we get
about half-naked men jumping off stuff, which is always good.
Let's see if we can boot this up. There we go. I'm going to boot this up.
Yeah. That's Eben.
Oh, hang on. Oh, hang on.
Look at me, lead. He looks like young Carrick.
Eben! Hang on, we should be able to hear you now. Eben, say hello.
Hello.
Do we got you?
Hear me?
We do.
Eben, give him a round of applause, please. Eben, welcome to Performance Ring. You're live. Please do not swear to everyone else.
It's been very sweary.
So, tell us what you've got for us tonight, Eben, please.
I'm doing a film all about Red Bull cliff diving, and I'll give you a slight insight into what it is. Not too much to give it away. It's basically an event which comes to Wales in Abergwynfi, the Blue Lagoon. For those of you who don't know where it is, it's in St David's, Pembrokeshire, and it's an event that Red Bull do and they've been to Wales twice now, or 3 times, I think it's twice, and they do Red Bull Cliff Diving. There was a women's series and a men's series. The women jump off boards of roughly 23 metres high, and the men jump off boards of roughly 27 metres high.
Yes, men! Fire!
Go on, Eben.
And also, I wanted to make like a short documentary to explain about it, and I just thought it would improve my skills, and let's show it to you now.
Let's have a look.
Eben, what we're going to do is I'm just going to close Skype, so we've got a little bit more of the old bandwidth thing. Hang on a second. Sign out, yes. Close. There, don't you worry, don't you worry. Let's see. Let's keep our fingers crossed. I thought we might have a problem with this. Let's see. What we're going to do. Hang on a second.
Everyone get off the Wi-Fi.
Everyone get off the Wi-Fi. Everyone get off the Wi-Fi. What we're going to do is we're just going to... hang on. I'll ask Eben what the blooming password is. Eben? Don't panic, guys. Don't panic. No, it wasn't. Hang on. Here we go. It's going to go. I'll phone Eben up. Hang on. Don't worry.
Hello?
Eben! I'm locked out. Can you send me... I need you to... can you just Skype me the password?
Okay, I'll do that right now.
Thank you very much, Jess. Here we go.
Here it comes.
Don't look at the password.
Everyone close your eyes.
We're in. We're going to close now. We're in. Stop!
Anyone goes, if you get a bad egg if you use it.
Alright, let's have a go.
That's my pass.
No, thank you. Handstand on the podium. Yeah. I enjoyed that. Let's get Eben back.
Let's get back up and have a word.
Hang on a second. As you can see, I'm so computer literate. Let's get him back up. Let's get him. There we go. Wait, come on. Let's give him a nice big round of applause. Bug it off.
He has it all. Hey Eben, we loved that. Well done.
Yeah. Thank you for watching it.
Right, I saw the cheeky little plug for your YouTube channel at the end. I thought that was the first film you made.
No, I've made some other films before.
Okay, so tell us a bit about this one. What was it about that event that caught your eye, apart from the nudity?
Well, what caught my eye was because I've been to this event 2 years running before, and I always thought, why can't I actually document my time there and like make a short film for someone that everyone can enjoy?
Right, and you're using your new camera as well, weren't you? You wanted to try your equipment out. So you were trying some new equipment out as well, weren't you, Eben?
Yes.
Well, I think we can safely say it worked.
Eben, it was brilliant, mate. Thank you so much for sharing it with us. And
by the way, people on Periscope, it'll be on YouTube at 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Eben.
GuardianHawk now. I'm going to do another.
Exciting. We're doing another remote viewing.
Another remote. So let me see. We should be. Is that? Oh no, I don't want to do that. What have I done? It's like NTV. Remember on those? Except I'm not having a wank.
This time.
Be like you'll be at home. You'll be like, oh my God, I'm not having a wank. Right. I'm going to make an actual phone call. What the fuck is wrong with Skype?
I don't think it's Skype, Iain.
Looking good. All right. Oh, we can hit this one. There we go.
Yay! That's the film. Again, let's have a big round of applause for your pixel. Hey! You dressed up for us. How exciting! You dressed up for us. Thank you.
The audience is yours, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. GuardianHawk.
Hi, my name's G, and I'm the unknown poet. Well, actually, no, just messed that bit up because I've just told you my name. Okay, let's try that one again. Hi, my name's G, and I am the greatest poet that never lived. You might be wondering why I'm sat here wearing a dinosaur onesie. Well, if I'm completely honest, I am too. But anyway, here goes nothing. Number 1 of 8. And that's not the name of my first poem, but that is the end of this tedious intro. Sat in the dark, even though I'm not. Sat in the dark, here all alone, not even a spark left on my own. Yet I see a light a distance away. The light is too bright, but I can't turn away. The light is your love burning me home as I sit in the dark, here all alone. I don't need to applaud every time I've finished, it's fine. I know from the silence that you absolutely thought I was awesome. It's cool. No labels. I don't need washing at 60 degrees, tumble drying or soaking in bleach. You can't iron me flat with loads of hot steam or turn me inside out to find my seam. I don't need a lawyer or contract to sign. No surgical enhancements. I look just fine. No raving fans ask for my autograph. My name's not on a star in a concrete path. I don't have made by sewn on my back or belong on the catwalk or a closed shop rack. I'm just a person. I'm meant to be free. So get off my case. Stop labelling me. We all pay the reaper. In the land of the free, or so they say, dirty wells of tears overflow every day. The children are dying, totally starved. Their mothers are crying over emotional scars. And every day the reaper comes and the soul is taken away. The government laugh over piles of cash, rubbing their hands over sins of the past. £1,000 suit, a big fat cigar, 3 yachts, a villa, an expensive car. And every day the reaper comes, someone else has to pay. The seeds they plant in the fields are no good. They explode underfoot, the ground soaks the blood. The clothes they wear in apparent pride are green on the skin, but blackened inside. And every day the reaper comes to take the innocent away. No one can help or place the blame. This damn planet will drive us insane. You think you're free and out of sight, only creeping about in the middle of the night. But every day the reaper comes to take your freedom away. What problems? A little bit of freedom within my confinement, another self-help group and 2 more assignments. Got to stand up and tell this world I'm a freak, and maybe they'll remove my straitjacket next week. A little bit of love in a heart that's still dead. Weekly AA meetings. Hello, my name is Fred. I fell over when pissed and it hurts like hell. Oh yeah, the electricity bill's due as well. A little bit of cannabis to ease off my tension. My stutter's so bad it's beyond comprehension. And don't talk to me about damn shopping lists. To read my handwriting would take a good specialist. A little bit of humour could stop me from crying. I'm the butt of all jokes and no, I'm not lying. I've got to finish this noose, but my fingers don't work. I asked the guy from downstairs, he just called me a jerk. A little bit more ink to finish off this poem. Just a few more lines, and I really must be going. After all I've just said, I think you'll find I don't have problems. They're all in your mind. Here's a short one for you. It's called Carrots. Carrots, carrots, orange and green, in the dark they help you see. I know it's true and believed by masses, because I've never seen rabbits wearing glasses. Washed out racers. Take your places for the washed out racers. We've got to make it on time. Grab a partner, listen to the starter. Is everybody in line? Run like hell till you hear the bell. You know you'll never stop. If you finish today, run the other way. Keep going till you drop. Remove your ring, forget everything, as if you didn't care. Take your places for the washed out racers. You're the only one that's there. Wish you were here. Oppression and depression a regime that stinks. In the line of succession, another dictator winks. The eyes of the world all focused on hate. Evil wings are unfurled, the devil's at the gate. The angels are dying and cower in fear. The whole world is crying. Wish you were here. You'll have to excuse me on this one. It's called Whose War? In the September sun, on a normal day, existence is about to be changed. Turned on its head in the worst ever way by a belief that's totally deranged. The eye in the sky shows two iron birds heading for a blinding flash. One seen by a crowd who don't mince their words. They say, shit, it's gonna crash. As the innocents jump from the crumbling tower, the other bird gets its prey. The so-called head honcho is nothing but a coward. Where in hell were you that day? We tortured a few so they killed more for the sake of religious fame. We all checked the news for the total score. Yeah, excellent fucking game. So Bush made it tougher, Blair a little harder, to get through our glorious gates. Two supposed white knights on big snorting chargers, both wearing colours from the United States. Did they not learn a thing from Pink Floyd's Final Cut? Or were they too stoned to care? Bush just sat back as he passed on the book and didn't wish he was there. So Blair stands by with a haunting grin to commit with a blood-red pen. He sent our boys in khaki to carry out his sins. So whose fucking war was it then? I've been the greatest poet that never lived, and you've been my blank canvas. Thank you, and good night.
It worked. The technology worked. Thank goodness for that. I'm really hoping that Kath, you can come join me. Who have we got? Magic Chris next. I'm really hoping for the next one to get someone. You don't need the screen, do you, Chris?
I do not.
The screen is gone, sir. You see how well organised I am. Completely. I really want to. My plan is for the next one to try and get someone from like Japan or something to Skype in and do something from there. But I don't know how big we are in Japan. Are we big? What do the Radar show for Japan? What do they show? Do they have Radar diaries in Japan?
Get Dolly.
Dolly? Who's Dolly?
She's in Quebec.
Quebec's not Japan, that's Canada! That's Canada! That's a maybe.
My brother lives in Japan.
Who lives in Japan?
My brother.
Is he talented?
No.
Okay. Does he know anyone talented?
Yeah, he knows that bloke from With No Lie.
What, McGann or the South African fella?
Camberwell Carrot guy.
Oh, right.
Is he in Japan?
Yeah.
No.
He doesn't know his
Okay. We're going to fly the Campbell Carrot guy out to Japan. Oh, by the way, I spoke to, where's Paul? There's Paul. I've got to say on Periscope, Chris, you're a wanker.
Hey.
Chris had a ticket to come. He's blown us out. Stag weekend. Largo. Stag weekend. Look at my dick. Stag weekend. He was off tossing himself off in Wales on that cliff. That's where
Well,
he
to be
is.
honest, I think you've probably got a deal, didn't you? Although the night is young, you might see some boobs yet.
Oh, really?
Ian's.
Now, Chris, tell me what you need, sir.
I need a couple of chairs and
You've got that table. Can I give you that stool and a chair?
Yeah,
Now
go to the back.
Now go to the back.
Right, I'll share sweet distance for you.
Do you want to bring in that chair, actually? Would that be easier? Kath, if you... chair or stool? One is able to... Quick, Kath, can you take that? Don't need that. How's that? Is that all right?
Yeah, should be fine. I mean,
got enough? Okay, we're going to move this out of the way. Let's clear this off the stand. We got wires. We got wires. Ladies and gentlemen, no one noticed, Chris. No one noticed.
I thought that's it again.
Oh, you got more stuff to get. Oh, you got to get your stuff there. I can do a song.
Please do.
Thank you. That sounded sarcastic.
Tap dance.
I'm not going to tap dance. I've got trainers on. You need the actual taps for it to. Try to think of some jokes. I'll tell you the first joke I ever wrote. This is genuine. I wanted to be a little stand-up comedian, and I did stand-up comedy, and I was shit at it. But I wrote jokes and stuff, and this is the first joke I ever wrote. Ladies and gentlemen, it goes a bit like this. I saw a sign the other day. No, that's wrong. Hang on a second. This is 25 years ago. I saw a sign the other day outside a church hall, and it said, "Come for coffee." And I thought, that sounds like a fair swap. Yeah? You see why I don't do the stand-up anymore? I saw a book the other day, Cooking with Ease. That's hardly a responsible attitude to have with your friends. Seriously, imagine 21-year-old me going around the comedy clubs of London with that shit. Right, on that bombshell. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause, it's Magic Chris!
Alright guys, it's going to start with a simple question. Heads or tails, sir? Heads. Correct. That was a really simple, easy question. It was a 50-50 that didn't mean nothing and was completely inconsequential. But we can't see any of you guys. In a moment, I'm going to ask all of you to, in your minds, make another 50-50 choice, which I feel will have more significance to you. So I just, in your minds, just think of you have a nice prop set. I want you all to choose between A or Z. And I'm going to step out because I can't see any of you buggers and choose someone to come up onto the stage.
There's a few cables here, Chris.
Okay,
Be careful. You step round there.
Oh, there's a broken guitar, Triss, don't worry. Sorry about that.
Just mind these cables. We've not got any insurance.
Yeah.
I got a nice silver. I like you. Sign your name on the envelope.
Okay.
Wonderful. You do now know, unwittingly, you have agreed to anything that is
Yeah,
inside
okay.
the envelope. This is your signature, and these are all witnesses to that.
Perfect.
So let's just see what it is that you have agreed to. I can tear off my envelope. Oh, no problem. You just want to sit out.
Yeah.
And in a big clear voice, please read.
I will trust my intuition and allow it to guide me, safe in the knowledge it will always be invisibly guide me to safety. We will always.
I will trust my intuition and allow it to guide me, safe in the knowledge it will always invisibly guide me to safety. Okay? And now the question to ask is, did you pick A or Z?
A.
You picked A. Wonderful. If you just place your hand upon the table.
Uh-oh.
I
can't vouch for this guy.
I will say, close your eyes.
Oh, God.
Big knife. It seems like your intuition has treated you well.
Hey.
No, you probably want to move on first, because we'll just see what would happen if your intuition wasn't quite as attuned.
Uh-oh.
You might want to move your tricks.
Oh.
I would like to now show you how a mind reader warms up. See, if I was an actor, I'd be going over my script and running my lines, but I'm not an actor. If I was an athlete, I'd be stretching my muscles, but I'm not an athlete. You see, for a mind reader, warming up is quite a challenge, because it needs at least one other mind. Because mind reading on your own is called thinking, and isn't particularly impressive. So if I just get a couple more people up onto stage, I'll do it from there. So would you like to...
Oh, it's tricky. You can do it. You can do it.
Sorry. DJ, would you like to...
Go on, Dan. Go on, Dan.
And give him... Just going to use set of cards. Now, cards aren't the most interesting thing in the world, I'll give you that. But they give us a really good base to work from for mind reading. Pack playing cards is a good collection of colours, of numbers, of shapes, of symbols, of letters in some instances. You seem quite trustworthy, so I'd just like you to confirm for the crowd that just confirm for everyone that these cards are all different, it's not just the same design over and over again. Wonderful. Okay, boss, I'm going to run my phone down the edge and I'd like you to say stop at any point. Wherever you say stop, that is where I'll stop, and you stop and remember a card, okay? Stop. Right now? Do you remember? Yep. Got it? Perfect. Just face your order, hands by your side, give him a big smile. Well, show us. Okay, now you heard that whole spiel, so hopefully I won't have to go for that again. I'll just run through and just say stop. Stop. Right there? Yeah. Perfect. Keep those in mind. Okay, boss, what I want you to do is just focus on your card, but I want you to start by destroying its function. Think of the card only in terms of its colours and its shape and form. I want you to just concentrate on its card, on the colour. Place your hand on top of mine. Okay. Your card is red. Wonderful. I'm going to try that. You know what you say? Just place your hand on mine. Your card is black. Okay. Perfect. Try that again. This is a diamond. Yep. And a club. Okay, we'll see how this goes. This may not. We'll give it a shot. Just want you to place both your hands on it. Do a big pose. The 6 of diamonds and the jack of clubs.
Correct, yeah.
Wonderful. Okay, guys. I said you guys were the warm-up. I mean that quite literally, because after this, I'm off to the casino. The problem is, it's quite difficult to convince other people to hold your hand. Trust me, I've tried it. So I've been working on other techniques to know from a distance. So I'm going to choose a few more people. You don't really need to come up. So in the let's use the guy in the scarf and Milky Bar Kid. Okay, guys, if you'd all just like to stand up for me. Okay, but in a moment, I'm going to throw this deck to you. This isn't a joke. I am throwing this at you, so please be ready to catch it. Also, I can't see anything, so this is your friend. Okay, bud. When you catch the deck, you want to place it in your hand, red back, up facing the ceiling. You're going to crack it open at one point, look at one card, and remember it. I'll give you a hint. Don't forget the card, because if you do, this whole thing has been a phenomenal waste of time. Okay? Yeah. And then when you remember it, pass it along, and then pass it to our gentleman there, and then back. Okay?
Good catch, good catch. Solid.
It's tense, isn't it? It is. Hey! I didn't think that was going to happen. Wonderful, guys. I just want you all to concentrate on the cards for me, and as before, destroy its function. Think of it only in terms of its form. Just focus on the colours for me. 2 reds and a black, perfect. Hun, you've got a wristwatch on, or do you have a second hand on your watch? Okay, just tell me when to start, one more.
Start what?
Count some time.
Okay.
Okay.
Go.
Right. Yep. Yep. Time. How long was that?
9 seconds.
That's okay. I wanted to try and get all 3 tonight, but I don't think it's going to happen. Do you feel like you're quite hard to read? You're quite hard to have a conversation with.
Probably.
Okay, and you can just place your hands onto mine. Wonderful. I really didn't want to have to touch, but I. Wait was that?
Very smooth.
The Ace of Clubs, the 7 of Diamonds, and the Jack of Hearts. If I name your card, please sit down.
The dark. That's your chair. That was
Jadoo.
That was Jadoo. Where the hell is Mr. Buster Fire when you need him? That was brilliant, Chris. Thank you. Round of applause again for Chris. We got 2 more acts, ladies and gentlemen. I think we've got 2 more acts. Does that sound about right? We've got 2 more acts. Yes, and we might have time for a quick game of iPod roulette. We may not. Let's see what happens. Let's have a round of applause. Let's move on though, because it's 10:15. Who'd have thought 10:15? Ladies and gentlemen, a nice big round of applause, please. He's recently lost his voice, but it's come back just enough for him to perform this evening. It's Triss!
Hip, hip, hip. Cripplingly nervous, but never mind. I've got crib sheet as well.
You want you've got the table there.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Right, so, might not surprise you, I'm doing some Beatles tracks.
Hey.
You never give me your money. You only send me your funny paper. Oh, this is not going well.
Take a breath, Triss, take a breath. Good. You picked a toughie.
Yeah, I know. I pray. Out of college, money spent. See no future, pay no rent. Any job, I got the same. Let's spin on something easy, shall we? What's the fucking opener? What's wrong with it?
Will it get better?
Me and Mr. Mustard sleeps in the park, shades in the dark, trying to save paper. Keeps in a hole in the road, saving up to buy some clothes. Keeps a 10-pop note up his nose. Such a mean old man. Such a mean old man. His sister Pam was in a shop. She never stopped. He's a go-getter. Takes him out to look at the Queen. Only place that he's ever been. Always shouts out something obscene.
Me, Mr. Mustard. Such a dirty, dirty, mean Mr. Mustard. Such a dirty, dirty, mean Mr. Oh. Yeah! You should see Polythene Pam. So good looking, but she looks like a man. You should see her in practice.
You're genius!
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Get a dose of her in jackals and kilts. She's kill a dealer when she's dressed in the hilt. She's the kind of a Oh, this is going terrible. That's awesome. Once I was away to get back homeward. Once I was away to get back home. Sleep, pretty darling, do not cry. And I will sing a lullaby. Once I was away to get back homeward. Once I was away to get back home. Sleep, pretty darling, do not cry. I will sing a lullaby. Golden slumbers fill your eyes. Smiles away you when you rise.
is equal to the love you make.
On stage and sing a song, right? It's hard to get on stage and sing a Beatles song. Let's do the whole B-side of Abbey Road. Jesus! Triss, I love you, man. That was brilliant. Well done. Well done.
He didn't have a break, did he? Till like 2 days ago.
I know, he literally lost his voice.
No,
so,
he did an awesome job.
Right, I'm going to climb up here again. Right. Do you want to bring Katia on and we can find out what
Katia!
this is all about? This is the last thing of the evening, dear listener. Sorry? Wait! Katia, you come up here, you're going to talk to Kath, you're going to tell us what we got while I sort out the computer.
Oh, look, this is short enough for me. Come on. Fittingly enough, you've got the pièce de résistance. So come on up.
Do it all in French, come on.
Il a fait un documentaire.
Dans la microphone.
C'est à propos de quoi alors?
It's a bit high.
Tu veux changer?
Oui, it's so small. I didn't realize.
Right, tell us what your documentary is all about then, Katia.
I'm not going to tell you.
Oh,
okay. No, the thing is, it was supposed to be a documentary like for Radio 4 because.
Oh! But we'll do, is that right?
No, but the thing is, Roger said, why don't you film it?
Where's Roger?
Roger anyway.
Roger's here, isn't he?
No.
No,
because he doesn't exist.
He's singing today. He's recording.
Sure he is. But he was very helpful in sending you instead.
Yes. So, also, that's the other thing. Yeah, let's start by that. The person I was supposed to do the documentary about bailed out. Said, okay, I'm not doing it anymore. So, 3 weeks ago, I had to completely change everything that I was going to make it about. I had to learn to use iMovie as well. And I was the skeleton crew of just one. So yeah, that's it. And you're going to think it's going into one direction.
It's about One Direction.
It's not about Kansas, because everyone asks. It's not about Kansas. But do we really need a microphone?
Well.
Because I have a loud voice.
Okay, Katia. Introduce your film, otherwise we won't have time, and that would be a shame to cut you off. Again.
You had, in about 2 or 3 months, you had a very, very bad month.
Since October the 5th, 2016, sleep has been a rather elusive mistress. Words keep on dancing in my head.
But if you believe you're a citizen of the world, you're a citizen of nowhere. You don't understand what the very word citizenship means.
I I am dazed and confused.
Faces of the past are etched in my brain.
But a few days ago, I received a letter signed by a lady called Fanny Phillips. She urged me to go to the Pen Museum in Birmingham and speak to John, one of the volunteers of the museum. He would unwittingly tell me what to do. I'm a big fan of the Pen Museum, and I didn't really have much to do, so I just went. An incredible place entirely run by volunteers. In the 19th century, 75% of all the pens in the world were produced in Birmingham. So this is a tribute to that once thriving industry. If you enter the museum, you will see wonderful pens. You will hear incredible stories of the workforce who produced them, mainly women who could not read or write. Come with me, we'll talk to John. Machines, all of them. It's all that's required to do one nib.
Yeah, they were all.
Different
Processes were done in different rooms. So you will have a ladies full of doing blanking, a ladies doing piercing, a ladies doing marking and so on. In a room this size, we would have had about 20, 25 ladies. Say if this was the piercing room, they'll just have 25 ladies.
So, would you say an average factory would employ how many women?
I can't say because there wasn't.
It would depend on, yeah.
It depended on the size.
That's
of the
it,
factory.
yeah.
One of the largest, in fact, the second largest was Joseph Gillett. I've told you that factory over the road there, and he had 600 ladies working for him. And his yearly output, wait for it. $100 billion a year.
Anyone making unnecessary noise either by talking, singing, or by any other means will be fined 3D. How do you pronounce that?
Pardon?
How do you pronounce that?
All 3 pence or thrupence.
Thrupence.
Because I used to know the old money.
Thrupence.
Yes.
So, no talking? No talking.
Not for 9 hours.
No whispering. No, because he's talking.
Now I'm going to put my knife in my hands now. But these days, if we can keep a lady quiet for 9 hours, we'll call that, us men will call it bliss.
Pig. My name is and I'm 10. Here, half a year, pull out, hands bleed at times with the cuts.
get 2 shillings and 6 a week.
And this is the one that, just got me. The names of and age of the children working in the factory. We saw there's one 9.5. This one. John.
My name is John Carrigan. I'm 9.5 years old. I've been here a year, I think. I used to be at the rollers, and I have scoured them 4 or 5 times. But now my work is to carry steel coils from one mill to another.
Oh, hang on a second. So this child used to have to carry the coils? No. Really? How heavy would one coil be? Do not know what they weigh. Go home for an hour at dinner time and have 20 minutes of tea. Visit school 2 months once.
If you went out at dinner time, and if you were a minute late, you were locked out. And you also lost half a day's work as well.
Wow.
And if you were late in the morning, it was the same as well.
But the thing is, how would you, because you need to have a clock. I mean, in those times, I'd imagine that it was quite expensive to know the time. Or did they have public clocks everywhere that they would know really what the time is? Do you know what I mean?
Well, they had one person who's got a clock in the house, and every other house they passed, they knocked on the window or something and said that you've got to get up quickly and get in the room.
Wake up, Katia!
As you can see, there's no safety guard around the belt. The leather belt was all right, but they were joined with these metal clips. And if your metal clip either caught your hair or caught a piece of clothing, you were very fortunate if they just yanked quite a bit of your hair out. It was painful for a few minutes, but you could carry on working. The same with clothing as well. If it ripped it off you, well, you could carry on working. But caught your clothes or your hair in such a way that it lifted you up off the floor around that wheel. Now that was fatal because they had no emergency stop. If you wanted the engine that drove this to stop all the rest of the belts, somebody had to run out the door, round to the other side of the building, and told the engine driver to stop the engine. And by that time, the person was
too late.
You could see there was no dust extraction. So as you were grinding the pens, you were breathing in your own dust. With all those fine metal grindings as well. You had, in about 2 or 3 months, you had very, very bad lungs. So you asked them if they could move you to another part of the factory, which they did if they had any of the presses free, or otherwise you just left. If you left, because of the state of your lungs, you very rarely worked again.
So what was her name?
Fanny Phillips.
Fanny Phillips, and she worked for
71 years. She left school at 14, and when the factory stopped making pens, they retired her, and she was 85. When they retired her, she didn't really want to stop working. People who knew her saw her in the local labour, what they call the labour exchange, which today they'll call it the dole office, and they saw her in the local labour exchange on the Monday morning looking for another job.
Wow, she's a legend. Fanny Phillips.
She was just an average, she's just a common worker.
Well, yeah, but you know, love her face. There's something about her face. Like mischievous, isn't she?
She looks very mischievous. it looks like if she put her mind to it, she can. She used to get up to all sorts of things. There's another thing which is true. I don't know if you see it, but that sign up there.
Yes. Let's see the sign. Yes. Rule of fundamental liberation. The pen is mightier than the sword. Yes. That's true. That's true. I agree with that. Yeah.
That was off the play. I don't know where it's from.
I can't remember.
I can't remember.
We have to look that up.
Hey, Katia!
Who wants to make the fanny joke, me or you?
Your job.
We all have a bit of fanny. Now, I know, doesn't it demeaning after watching such an... Where is Katia gone?
She's here.
Did you write to Theresa May?
I'm going to, and I've got an appointment with my MP.
Hey, because you're genuinely worried that we're going to kick you out, that you're going to get kicked out of the country.
Maybe not just me, but...
Well, no, but all... you're top of the list, I've seen. No, genuinely, you and Roger are concerned that because of what's happened that you might have to leave.
Yes, and it's changed a lot of our perception of our life in the UK for the past 20 years. Has it all been like a dream, or it's just I could go on, but yeah, I mean it's really sad. After the party conference thing, really I couldn't sleep for 2 to 3 days, really, just because of what I said. It was just...
You'll always be welcome here, Katia.
Is that rubbish ribs? He's got a good stash of ribs as well. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry that you feel shit here. You shouldn't feel shit here because you're...
Well, because, it's my home. I mean, I came here to the UK because I always felt at home when I was in Belgium. When I first came to London, I was 16, and it was like, I wasn't the one standing out because I'm quite, I guess people see me as being a bit eccentric. And
No.
and I was blending in the crowd of London. It was beautiful, and I said to Roger, well, I was in, anyway, I said, when I was we're moving to the UK, and it was such a dream, and yeah, so I don't know, it's just, and I don't want to leave, but I don't know, but really, I hope this is going to be my home,
So do we, Katia. There's a round of applause for the film. We're done. We're done.
Everyone that's come up here and done something that's completely out of their comfort zone. There's been some brilliant acts. Every single one has been really beautiful in its own little way.
And I hope everybody that's come up and has had a go has kind of, felt the love in the room, man. I don't want to sound corny, but it's true. Let's have a round of applause for the acts that we saw in the second half. We had Eben, we had GuardianHawk, we had Magic Triss, we had Triss, we had Hassan, we had Katia. In the second half, the other acts that we saw, we had Mike Marshall, we had Tony Robinson, we had Dan the TC DJ, we had Johnny Melcher, Paul Vinter, Daniel Lucas, and Dredge Land. Tomorrow's show is coming from a haunted pub in Macclesfield. Yeah, fuck that. Bring me the ghosts. Bring me the ghosts. You're shitting yourself.
Yeah, I don't even believe in ghosts. It's just about like being in the dark with you around.
That's actually just because I was a DJ for the BBC. It doesn't mean I'm on that list.
Yeah.
I'm cleverer than that. I killed him!
No. I didn't. That was inappropriate. So listen, thanks so much for coming. We're gonna. I've learned a lot about how we're going to do this, and maybe we'll have less acts for the next one. We still need. All right, Nick Ferrari, independent. But if you've seen this and you've been inspired, and if you're watching on Periscope, you want to be an actor, we still need a load of acts for the one in December. If you email Iain@iainlee.com, and tickets are on sale for the one in February. So from me and Catherine, we love you all. Peace.
Security.
Oh, guys.
Can I just say, because I know I'm speaking on behalf of the late night losers, and this is a bit unplanned. Sorry.
She's pissed.
I want to say a big thank you to Iain and Kath for actually organising all of this and Film Ring and everything else they do, because they've been lovely and they've said thank you to everyone else, but no one said thank you to them.
Thank you very much. That blew my mind. Hip, hip, hip was responded by a hip, hip, hip.
Irregular.
Thank you very much, Penny. Thank you very much. Peace and love. Speak to you tomorrow night on the radio. Ta-ta. Bye-bye.